Welcome, everyone. This is the Abundance Tracker for Young Living. My name is Alana Bookout, and I am so excited that you've taken out the time to watch this video. I promise you this is going to be an amazing tool to use for your young living growth. Wellness, purpose, and abundance. Therefore, the Abundance Tracker. So I want to take a minute and explain to you where I'm getting this from. And this is from a website called Essentially Sweet Health. Essentially Sweet Health is a website by Melissa Pepping. Melissa is currently a Young Living Diamond, and her website is just packed with wonderful leadership calls to listen to. She has lots of resources, and it's just a great website. Take the time to check that out. But today I'm going to focus on her abundance tracker. So I want you to type in essentiallysweethealth.com, and when you do that, you're going to be on her homepage. I want you to click on the tab that says Thoughts on Leadership. And when that screen loads, I want you to scroll down, and on the right-hand side towards the bottom, you're going to see the Abundance Tracker download. Go ahead and download that, and when you do, you are going to see this form. I have just copied a few of the months so that you could see exactly some tips or tricks on how to fill this out. Okay, let's get started. It's 2014. Can you believe that? So I'm going to write that in the top, and then we're actually going to start with the box that says New This Month. So if you don't know how to find this number, let me show you. When you log on to your virtual office and click on Downline Viewer, you're going to click on Reports. Make sure that the period you want is selected. So I have January 2014 selected, and I'm going to click on New Members. It will pull up a screen and show you exactly how many members you had in your entire downline for the period you have selected. While you're on this screen, you're also going to click on Personally Enrolled. That's going to take you to a page that shows you all of your personal enrollments, and you can click on the tab that says Sign Up Date, and that will organize your enrollments by date. So you will see exactly how many members you personally enrolled. So you need to know both the new members and the personally enrolled for the selected period. So go ahead and jot that down. All right, let's get back to our abundance tracker. Hypothetically, let's say that I have just found out that I had 10 new members in my entire downline. So I'm going to put that number here. I also learned that I personally enrolled 4 of those 10, meaning the rest of my downline enrolled the other 6. So all together, we have 10 new members on my team this month. Total members is easy to find. Go back to Downline Viewer, and you're going to see the tab Downline, Report, Search, and so on. Well, right under the Downline tab, it says Members, and it will show you how many members total you have for that month. So for this month, it is 22. So I'm going to put that here, and what that means is that this month we added 10. So in December, our total members would have been 12. We've now added 10, and all together we now have 22 for the end of January. You also need to see what your overall group volume was for January, and that's also found in your Downline Viewer. So let's say this month was 2,000. I'm going to put that here. Now, to find the average PV per member, you need to divide the overall group volume by how many members you have. So in this case, it would be 2,000 divided by 22. That number would be $90.91. I'm going to put that here. And just so you know, that is a great number to have. So this number is reflecting what each of your members on average are spending per month. 90 is a great number to have. That tells me that most of your people are on ER, and a lot of them are spending 100 PV or more. If you have a lower number, so anything below 80, especially if you're getting down to 50, that kind of thing, you need to revisit your downline. Take a look at who is in your team. see how many people are not signed on for ER, because that would tell me that a lot of your people are not on ER, are not ordering regularly. And so that's where you're going to need to make some adjustments and maybe do incentives, maybe just do some care calls to those people on your team and talk to them about what their needs are. See if you can get them on the ER program, because you really want your average PV per member to be somewhere between 80 and 100, or even above 100. Over 100 would be amazing, but you really want it to be in that top range right there. So make that a goal for yourself. Now, as far as the Young Living check, the last box on here, as far as that goes, we do not know what our commissions are until the following month. So for the month of January, we will not know what commissions we earned until around February 20th. But for the sake of this video, let's go ahead and say I already knew that my check was $300. So I'm going to put that here. So now that you know how to fill the abundance tracker out, let me show you the 3 ways you should be using this tool. The first thing I want you to do is fill out the abundance tracker for all your previous months. Take the time to write all of the information down, because it will be so cool to see this on paper and to track your growth, whether it's how much you've grown in your overall group volume over the months, or perhaps it's how many members your downline has grown to. And even something else to keep in mind is tracking how much the average PV is per member. There might have been a season where it was really low and now you're getting it to a higher average, or vice versa. So keep that in mind. The second thing is to record the monthly totals as we go along. So each month, at the beginning of the month, you should be filling out that tracker for the previous one. So we've just filled out January. It's the beginning of February. We've just filled out January. And now you don't have to revisit this tracker until March. And then you can look back at February's totals and fill that out and keep that going. The third way to use this tracker is to print a separate tracker out and write down your goals for the rest of the year. So you already know what you did in January. So now write your goals for February. How many total members do you want? Do you want 40 members? Do you want 6,000 members? I don't know where you are on your Young Living journey and how big your team is, but find that number and write it down. How much overall group volume do you want your downline to have? Write it down. How many people do you want to personally enroll? Write it down. Get what I mean? Write all of that down. Write how much you want to make on commissions, and do this for every single month for the rest of the year. So as you're doing the number 2, which is recording your monthly totals, you can compare the actual turnout to what your goal was. I promise you, if you write these goals down on paper, you are more likely to achieve them. So take the time to do these 3 different types of abundance trackers, because after all, Young Living is all about wellness, purpose, and abundance. But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. I pray many abundant blessings over you and your businesses. I appreciate that you took the time to watch this video. I hope it blessed you. Come like me on Facebook, Oil the Time, or check out my website, oilthetime.com, because you know what? I am oiling up all the time. Oil the time, folks. As always, be oily and be blessed.